Some things are better left unspoken, and even more are preferable to remain undisclosed. Throughout history, the fate of influential individuals, kingdoms, and empires has often hinged on the revelation of a solitary secret. Secrets possess a unique power, functioning as both shields and swords, either safeguarding us or leading to our downfall. Consider the possibility of certain secrets being so vital, so fundamental that they should never be disclosed to just anyone. Ancient Zen philosophers were well acquainted with these secrets, adhering to a discipline of silence and discretion that shielded them from harm and preserved their dignity. In this presentation, we will delve into 10 topics that we strongly advise Zen practitioners to keep confidential and never disclosed to anyone. All of these subjects are pivotal and intricately connected, so stay engaged until the conclusion to comprehend their significance, the silent struggles you are confronting. Behind every countenance, there exists a tapestry of stories, some vocalized, but most held in hushed tones. These unspoken narratives, woven from challenges and personal battles, carry profound influence. Why? Because they sculpt us, mold our perspectives, and propel us to our limits. Just as the most resilient steel is forged in the hottest fire, so are we shaped through these internal conflicts. Zen philosophy subtly imparts the wisdom: it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Embedded in these words is the resonance of numerous instances when we've grappled with our thoughts, burdened by struggles the world remains oblivious to. Now, does this imply that we should bottle everything up? No, but it emphasizes the importance of discerning whom to confide in and when. Everyone may hear, but not all truly listen, and even fewer understand. The choice to reveal these battles is a prerogative, and one should navigate cautiously, sharing only with those who have earned the privilege of your trust. Today there exists a constant desire to live life openly, especially given the prevalence of social media platforms. It seems like everyone is sharing everything, but there is significant strength in selective sharing. Some battles should remain private, serving as a testament to one's resilience, a personal medal of honor. While seeking solace in others is a natural human inclination, it's essential to remember that not every ear is attuned to the depth of one's struggles. At times, the music of personal challenges is best appreciated in the silent sanctuaries of one's own heart. As the Zen philosophers believed, genuine transformation often thrives in quietude. The whispers of self-doubt are like standing at the edge of a decision, restrained by the hushed voices of uncertainty. These soft whispers, questioning one's worth and fearing failure, reside within the mind, nudging individuals away from their potential. While it may be tempting to vocalize these insecurities, hoping for external reassurance, a practitioner of Zen understands the importance of keeping them sheltered until fully acknowledged and addressed. This approach is rooted in the understanding that it's not external events causing distress, but rather one's own judgments about them. Confronting internal dialogues, instead of amplifying them for the world, can be a transformative experience, as suggested by the insights from Zen philosophy. In the current world, which often magnifies insecurities, there is power in cherishing solitude, particularly when dealing with the unruly voices of self-doubt. These voices require undivided attention, not the scrutiny of the world. It is wiser to privately address and mend internal struggles before inviting an audience to witness them. Concerning future plans, there is empowerment in holding onto them with quiet dignity rather than turning them into casual conversation. Aspirations, dreams, and ambitions are personal treasures, and by not revealing every detail, one maintains an element of mystery and unpredictability. In an age where sharing is prevalent, there is strength in keeping one's cards close, allowing actions to speak louder than words. History provides examples of individuals who faced downfall after prematurely boasting about their plans. The strategic advantage of discretion is evident in figures like Howard Hughes, who kept business ventures confidential, staying one step ahead of competitors. Social platforms may tempt individuals to announce every intention, but Zen philosophy emphasizes the value of a measured approach. Keeping future plans secret protects ambitions and allows for adaptability without external pressure. Zen wisdom underscores the importance of setting a course and sharing it only when necessary, primarily with oneself. Holding future plans close does not signify fear or uncertainty. Rather, it reflects a profound understanding of the world's dynamics. It is not withholding for the sake of secrecy, but preserving the sanctity of one's journey. When the world does witness the steps taken, they are steadfast, deliberate, and always one move ahead. The allure of excessive comfort, it may appear counterintuitive, but there is inherent wisdom in keeping your regular ventures outside of your comfort zone a secret. When you share every challenge, every venture beyond your usual routine, the purpose often shifts. Suddenly, you seek validation, applause for being brave or bold. However, the essence of Zen philosophy is not about external validation, it's about internal growth. The next time you decide to wake up an hour earlier to read or choose to walk in the rain to feel alive, perhaps keep it to yourself. It's not a performance, it's a personal journey. Zen wisdom echoes through time, asking, is it for the sake of appearances or genuine progress? Historical records mention individuals like the ancient masters and their profound understanding. Even amidst the luxuries they could summon, they engaged in simple practices to stay grounded in the realities of life and avoid losing themselves in the haze of luxury and comfort. While we may not be leading vast armies, our battles are real, our challenges no less significant. In our rapidly changing world, where comfort is often a click away, remember that it's the wind, the rain, and the uphill paths that shape mountains. Similarly, our challenges, especially those embraced in quiet, shape us. It's acceptable to enjoy comfort, but taking those secret forays into the unfamiliar is where we discover versions of ourselves we often forget exist. Understanding vulnerabilities and weaknesses. It's said that every hero has an Achilles heel, a vulnerable point that, despite their strength, can be their undoing. Humans, in their beautifully imperfect nature, consist of strengths and vulnerabilities. These vulnerabilities, the raw, tender parts of our psyche, deserve protection, not exposure. It's not about hiding or denying them, but about treating them with the reverence they merit. Man is affected not by events, but by the view he takes of them, whispers a voice reminiscent of Zen teachings, suggesting it's not our vulnerabilities that define us, but our perspective of them. Embracing vulnerabilities is crucial. They are markers of past wounds, lessons learned, and the fear of future battles. They're also deeply personal, and broadcasting them can make us susceptible to external judgments, potentially skewing our own understanding or acceptance of them. By privately acknowledging these points, we fortify ourselves, ensuring they're not exploited or misunderstood. It gives us a chance to work on them, transforming them from weak spots into areas of growth. Throughout history, many figures were acutely aware of their vulnerabilities, but chose to keep them close, using them as motivators rather than deterrents. Wise individuals faced numerous failures and battled bouts of melancholy, internalizing these struggles instead of publicizing them. This internalization allowed these struggles to shape their empathy and leadership. Conversely, others faced vulnerabilities in their trust in close allies, leading to their own undoing. These historical episodes underscore the importance of recognizing our vulnerabilities, handling them with care, and ensuring they don't become our undoing. Oversharing is prevalent these days. The pressure to bare one's soul, to put everything out in the open, can be overwhelming. Yet, there's power in selective silence. Recognize your vulnerabilities, cherish them, work on them, but don't feel obligated to lay them out for the world to dissect. It's okay to keep some pages of your book closed. After all, mysteries have their own allure, and strength sometimes lies in the chapters left unread. Navigating personal grievances. They say carrying grudges is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to perish. It's a heavy weight on the shoulders, a constant murmur in the ear, and more often than not, a useless endeavor. However, choosing to process personal grievances internally as a follower of Zen philosophy promotes inner equilibrium and self-mastery. By choosing not to vent every irritation, you cultivate an inner resilience, learning to tackle problems internally without scattering your energy outward. It's a touch reminiscent of teachings that emphasize that it's not external events, but our internal reactions that truly impact us. Consider this. When you share every annoyance or frustration, you're not only perpetuating negativity, but also subtly seeking validation for your feelings. By holding back, by introspecting, you allow yourself the time to question. Is this grievance valid? Can I control it? Should it affect my state of mind? Such introspection often leads to a realization that many of our grievances are transient, unworthy of our energy, and for those that are valid, tackling them head-on rather than just discussing them can be far more satisfying and productive. Peering back through the corridors of time, we uncover stories of those who'd let their personal grievances consume them, ultimately to their own detriment. Consider the tragic stories of individuals. Their mutual animosity culminated in destructive actions, a result of years of public and personal grievances. Individuals paid dearly for their choices, and their stories serve as stark reminders of the consequences of letting personal grievances dictate one's actions. Today's fast-paced society often pushes us to vent as a form of therapy, but Zen philosophy advises the opposite. It's about addressing grievances internally, understanding their roots, and acting with wisdom, rather than impulsiveness. The next time you feel that familiar sting of annoyance, pause, reflect, ask yourself if voicing this grievance will change anything or if it merely serves to stir the pot. Because sometimes, silence is the most powerful response, and peace the ultimate victory. Embracing personal achievements and successes. There's a quiet satisfaction in achieving something, be it big or small. Yet the rush of the modern world often compels us to broadcast these moments. The Zen philosophy, however, urges us to embrace and cherish our accomplishments internally rather than seeking external validation. Why? Because validation from within is sustainable. It's genuine. Broadcasting achievements can sometimes dilute their significance, turning profound personal milestones into mere conversation topics. This isn't to diminish the joy of sharing successes with loved ones. It's a call to be discerning, to realize that not every victory needs an audience. It's about knowing the difference between sharing joy and seeking validation. When we internalize and deeply appreciate our own growth and achievements, we become self-reliant, drawing strength from within. This self-reliance is a shield protecting us from the unpredictable ebb and flow of external praise and criticism. History offers many tales of those who shouted their successes from the rooftops only to face unforeseen consequences. Take the legend of Icarus. Though not a real historical figure, the tale is grounded in human nature that spans ages. Elated by the thrill of flight, he soared too close to the sun, defying his father's cautions. His hubris, his need to push boundaries for the sake of pride and recognition, became his undoing. Embracing success with humility doesn't downplay its significance. It reinforces it. The modern era, with its constant connectivity, poses unique challenges but also offers opportunities. The next time you achieve something, take a moment, feel it, cherish it, then decide thoughtfully whom to share it with. Nurturing the quiet desires of your heart. Have you ever stumbled upon a tiny, seemingly insignificant thing that made your heart skip a beat? Perhaps it was a dream you tucked away, a simple desire to learn a new instrument, or perhaps dance under the rain. These small personal yearnings often remain whispers easily drowned in the cacophony of our daily lives. It's quite natural to want to share these fleeting moments, these tiny ambitions with others. A little voice tells us, share it, and it becomes real. But does it? More often than not, voicing these dreams prematurely might lead to them getting trampled upon by the unasked opinions of others. Not everyone will understand why you want to learn to play the ukulele or why you've suddenly taken up gardening, and that's perfectly all right. As a silent Zen philosopher once said, dreams whispered to the heart are for the soul, not the crowd. Looking back in history, the revered philosopher Socrates never penned down his thoughts. Most of what we know of him comes from his student Plato, but there's something intriguing here. The absence of Socrates' direct writings lends an air of mystery around his true beliefs, his personal desires. What little desires did he harbor? We may never know, and that's the beauty of it. The beauty lies in the enigma, the untold stories that add layers to his Zen philosophical legacy. Likewise, consider keeping the quiet desires of your heart close, allowing them to incubate in the secret chambers of your soul. Share them only when they've taken root, grown into something tangible, or when you're ready to breathe life into them. There's an intimacy in nurturing dreams privately, like a gardener tending to delicate saplings in the early morning light. The world today may encourage instant sharing, instant gratification, but there's profound strength in delayed revelation. Your dreams are fragile in their infancy, susceptible to the winds of doubt and the rains of skepticism. Nurture them quietly, let them gather strength, and when the time is right, unveil them with the confidence that comes from within. Performing acts of kindness without seeking validation. In a world where every act of goodwill seems to be documented for social media, the Zen way invites us to reconsider the purpose of kindness. Acts of kindness need not be performed for an audience or recognition. Their true power lies in the silent impact they have on the recipient and the doer. There's a unique joy in helping someone, in being a positive force without seeking validation. When you help an elderly person cross the street, assist a struggling neighbor, or donate anonymously to a cause, you partake in a form of selfless artistry. The canvas is the world, and your brushstrokes are the kind acts that color it with compassion. Acts of kindness done silently foster humility, underscoring that their purpose isn't to enhance our social standing, but to contribute to others' well-being. The Zen philosophy recognizes that genuine virtue is its own reward, encapsulated in the saying, "Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water." In today's age of instant sharing, some argue that broadcasting acts of kindness inspires others to follow suit. While this perspective holds merit, the Zen philosophy gently suggests that authentic kindness stems from a sincere desire to alleviate others' suffering, regardless of onlookers. So, when extending a helping hand, consider keeping it between you and the universe. The ripples of kindness will naturally spread, and the quiet impact may resonate more profoundly than a publicized gesture. Various forms of spirituality often involve deeply personal and transformative experiences, such as a profound connection with nature, a revelation during meditation, or a quiet conversation with the divine. The Zen philosophy, acknowledging the importance of the inner journey, understands that these experiences are sacred and may lose their essence under public scrutiny. In an era of oversharing, preserving the sanctity of these moments is wise. Think of the delicate flame as an analogy. In the hushed chambers of your spiritual sanctuary, this flame flickers and dances, casting shadows that only you can fully comprehend. Once exposed to the outside world, external opinions and judgments may threaten to extinguish its subtle glow. Nourish your spiritual flame privately, allowing it to illuminate the sacred spaces within. Share the wisdom gained from these experiences if and when it feels right, ensuring that the purity and authenticity of the moments are preserved. In conclusion, the Zen philosophy advocates for a measured approach to sharing the intricacies of our lives. There's strength in selective silence, in discerning what is sacred and personal. The art of discretion is not about hiding, but about preserving the sanctity of our internal landscapes. In a world that often values constant exposure, the Zen way invites us to find power in the unspoken, the unseen, and the deeply felt.